Beer, here, oh, let's go. Oh, oh. She wakes up with the sunrise. Alani in a cup, charts light up like neon. She's revving markets up, pink hat, price ladder. Boots on the floor, click clacking, trades like never before. She's bull Barbie, swinging that mouse, taking down futures like a boss in the house. Calls or puts don't matter, the ticker that girl hits profit like a hairpin trigger. She's bull Barbie, swinging that mouse, taking down futures like a boss in the house. Calls or puts don't matter, the ticker that girl hits profit like a hairpin trigger. CPI drop, she's already in. NFP pop, she's trading to win. News drops fast, her bot gives a wink. By the time they react, she's already in sync. She ain't just glam, she's gamma and grind. Stop so tight, precision refined. Ken's on the couch, she's on the tape, and turning red candles into her escape. Yeah, she's bull Barbie, crushing the spread. Iron condors, punching while she stays ahead. Maggie flash, RSI twist. If you short her setups, she might get missed. She don't need luck, she's got the range. On the trading ranch, she's making change. So grab your charts and don't be late. Bull Barbie's trading and the tape looks great.
All right, y'all. I had a hard time getting this started, but here we are. You like the new song? I've been having way too much fun procrastinating with AI songs. All right, we should be all connected, but I was going to show you. Okay, so I was done trading earlier, except I got long again. It just missed my exit, so I'm going to trail this a smidge. Just a smidge. I want to be able to say I got something on this, but I took 5 trades before this one. So I was done before this one, so I just decided to throw this in an eval that I've kind of been ignoring. So we got a whole bank of songs now. It's pretty ridiculous. My favorite line of that one is about Ken being on the couch. It's like, Ken's on the couch, she's riding the tape. It cracks me up. There's another one I keep getting stuck in my head. I haven't played y'all that one yet. Maybe I'll play it for the outro. But yeah, anyway, so right now I'm just waiting for hopefully this to hit profit. It could end up keep going after this. But like I said, I got 5 trades off. And I can show you, actually, I don't even, you know what? I've lost count of trades. I took this pre-market. I saw this break coming, I don't know, when I was getting on the computer. I didn't get in it right away, but I got in it pretty quickly. So I'd taken that one up pre-market, and then I took this crazy bounce. I shared that one on the other stream, but I was just looking, well, I was looking at a different time frame, but this will work. I don't like this color. Let me put the yellow back on. It's easier to see. So I was just kind of watching this trend line on ES when the market opened. And when we bounced off of that, I bought some of that. And it wasn't at the very bottom. It was kind of near this area. So I'd taken some of that, just a little bit. I took it on ES and NASDAQ. The NASDAQ one, once it got up to here, I trailed my stop to break even real quick. This was just a little scalp. And the NASDAQ one ended up coming back and hitting my stop, but the ES one hit target. And then I took the orb short. And then we got down to the spot. And I was like, dude, we're at the 63.25. I want to buy the 63.25. So I hesitated, but here we are. Yeah, so I think I screwed up that freaking thing, didn't I? I have two things. Hang on. Shit. Did not think that one through. Giveaway options. Y'all are entered. I'm gonna change it to MFFU. But I see that it's still counting y'all's entries. So I changed it to MFFU. What an idiot. Because Streamlabs has that other shortcut. So let me get rid of that. So it's enter the giveaway with MFFU. Y'all can type it again for good measure, but it says that Boba and Carlos are in it. I was asking him what the U was this morning. It's like, what? Why do we have a U? And I guess it's for like futures. Futures. Put the exclamation. Did I do it wrong again? I'm the worst. I'm the worst at giveaways. Okay, like that with the exclamation. Exclamation you guys know, with the exclamation point at the beginning. What did I type in chat? Did I do it wrong? Yeah, I typed it right. Exclamation MFFU. All right. I think we're cruising on that one now. It says, wait. It says we have 5 entries. Y'all can just keep doing it though. I don't care. Yeah, so I have my trade up still. Yep, y'all can see that. So I'm just going for kind of this bounce. I was looking at the 40 level down there on ES. It's the orb bottom and it's the 40 level. 35 probably would have been good too. We keep coming up to there, but and if y'all got the sandbox download from for NinjaTrader, only like 10 people have downloaded it, but we're at a sandbox line too. I haven't even explained that though. Doctor's offices being crazy. Okay. We're not using bot Ricks. You know, I don't know why you're here anymore. Oh, 41 was yesterday's low. Sweet. Maybe I did have that level on here on my other chart too, and I can't see it. Nope. I don't know. Maybe I goobered by not letting that get taken off. I just like kind of don't care at this point, dude, because this is like bonus trade and an eval. But I wanted to come on and say hi to y'all, even if I'm already wrapping up trading, because maybe we'll find some stuff. And also I wanted to get an account giveaway going. And also they have the new account, so I wanted to explain any of those if we need to. I'll show you what I'm talking about. Yeah, so you're you don't want to take any more trades because you've had too many days where you turn green into flat or red. Same. I did decide that this little eval that I've not been trading was the place to put this, but if I didn't have that, I probably would have just skipped it. So the new, my funded, well, you can still buy the old accounts, the starter plus and the expert and that sort of thing. I gotta get my preview over where I can see it. Hang on, because I do not know what I'm pushing buttons for sometimes. Okay. So this is just on their website, but they changed it so they have the core is, so the starter plan, the basic like cheap ass plan, the starter, that's the core now. This is the one that's $66 with the coupon code. But the one that most people are going to be on is Scale or Pro. And this is basically like the starter plus, and this is basically like the expert, But the reason that they've changed the names is, well, I think it's a couple of reasons. One, they're still letting you buy those old legacy plans, and people still have the old legacy plans. And so they don't want to change the rules that you already signed up for on those accounts, but they wanted to offer these new ones. And so when you sign up for these new accounts, they have these new features on them. And that includes, I just got distracted by chat. But that includes the ability to have 5 funded now instead of 3. And, the prop firms have to be careful when they're saying how many live accounts they can have, because they're giving them to sensible traders, but they're also giving them to knuckleheads. And everybody's seen the way some of these knuckleheads trade their 20 live Apex accounts. So that's a lot of risk for a prop firm to take. And you have to also remember how much these contracts are worth. So if you've got a knucklehead trading max contracts on 20 accounts, that's a lot of contracts. And when you think about how much we're actually controlling here, we lose sight of this so much trading these props and these discount prop firms like Trade-Of-8 and Ninja and that sort of thing. And even AMP, like we forget how massive these contracts actually are. And what the notional value is. Like it's millions and millions and millions of dollars that people are throwing around. So they have to be able to manage the risk. And that's really what it is they don't want anybody on their actual live accounts that's just throwing craziness out. And they have their whole risk team and all that too. But 5, when you put it into that perspective, 5 actually sounds like a lot when you're able to take these max contracts and everything. But yeah. It is, y'all are all in and out of vacations. I did not pull off the summer vacation this year. I took like 3 of them last year though, so it's okay. But yeah, so this is one thing to point out. I didn't know about this. You have to have the 50K accounts in order to get the 5 funded. That can be 50K scale plans or 50K pro plans. I'm going to have to get used to saying all this stuff, and the reason for that is it's the max position. They've calculated what their max position for giving across the board to both good traders and knuckleheads is. And so it's 3 times 5. That's what they're willing to kind of deal with. But I think it should be, that's a good question. I think you can get 5 of the core, but as long as it's the 50K. I don't ever recommend the core account. Or the starter account, because it babysits you more. You save a little bit of money, but you're losing out on all this stuff. And the way you have to think about it is the whole point of this whole exercise is to earn an account. You're trying to earn a funded account. Once you get to a funded account, what kind of funded account do you want? And we focus so much on the evals, but you have to think about what the funded account is going to look like. And the core and the pro are the ones that are going to have the nicest options there. This micro scaling stuff is a little bit different. I've never totally understood some of that, but yeah, I mean, no consistency in these funded accounts now, which is awesome. One of my favorite things though is activation fee. I did have like a straggler Apex account that I passed after I started messing with my funded. Oh, I'm about to hit my stop. But yeah, anyway, it was really annoying having to go pay that $150 or whatever it was. It was just an account I'd gotten really cheap. It was one of those, these were really rare, but they had a 90% off with a 90% renewal. So I took that. I'm not stupid. But then I passed it and I was like, this isn't a $18 account. This is a $200 account. Damn it. They got me again. But right now I'm working on building it. I want to get the 5 accounts with my funded. So I need to focus on that. I've been focused on just trading what I've got, because adding all of this stuff is a lot. Y'all have to remember, every time I add something new, I was talking with Terry about this earlier because I saw this happening to her. But every time I add something new, I have to kind of make that mental adjustment to just everything I'm doing. Trading is really overwhelming. So it's like being a mom and running a ranch and all this stuff. So when I have too much going on, I don't want to be adding things. And when I have a lot of new going on, like adding this show, like adding these bots, like adding these subscriptions. And this way, like I didn't want to be adding new accounts at the same time, but I'm there. I'm starting to get more aggressive in these. So I wish we would have a graphic that puts all the accounts side by side. I agree. And there's actually, let me see. I was going to check this. I didn't have time this morning, but I think if you go sign up for the accounts, wait, that's my accounts. Where do I get new account? Oh, it's freaking frozen on me. Okay. It's not exactly like this, but if you go, I'm not logged in on the one I share. I'll screenshot this. That'll work. But if you go into like the back end when you're starting a challenge or whatever, that's where they have these charts. I agree. It'd be nice to have one that's across everything. I mean, that's what I was thinking. Like if they don't have one, I'm probably going to make one. So you can go across. This is when you hit down here on start a challenge. It'll come up here and then you can go across this way. And that's kind of the closest way you can compare. But I like this graph a lot because you can really see. Oh, I'm so glad I didn't get stopped out over there. You can really see all the different things just in line with each other. This is more like the chart that I make on my website too, but I was thinking I need a different one. The thing I don't get, and I just ran out of time to ask them this morning too, is why they have the micro scaling. Like when I first saw that, I thought that was a typo, but they're encouraging you to either size down in your micros or not. Okay, I gotta go here real quick. Because are we going to break this little bull flag and hit my target? I would have loved to go for the full retrace. I know I'm not going to have that level of patience today. I'm just here to hang out for a little bit today because I have time this morning that I'm not going to look at code this morning because I spent, when I'm up late with it, I don't like to spend my mornings with it. Makes me cranky. Anyway, I think we are getting that little flag break. You can see it on this chart the way it was a little bit more cleanly. Maybe because it's squished down a little bit differently. We'll see. But yeah, so that level there, Bubba was saying we had yesterday's close or something there. I have settlement a little bit lower, but sometimes settlement and close is different, which drives me crazy. But we also have the sandbox level. We'll talk about that one later. And the opening range breakout low, or the opening range low. So I just figured it was a good spot. It's just a little trade anyway. Just a little baby trade. TopStep is have you tried TopStep X? Yeah, I have no interest in trading on TopStep X. I love my platform. I don't want to be locked into some other bullshit. So on NinjaTrader, and that's what you see here, that I just screwed up because my mouse is too sensitive today. I can do all kinds of shit. I got these brackets. This is a one-on-one bracket, so it's not a very good example. But I have all these automated trade management brackets. I can copy trades to different accounts. I have leader and follower accounts. I'm trading on more than one prop firm. That's a huge deal for me. I'm not going to be locked down. I'm not marrying any of these guys. I'm not even married to my funded. I'm wearing their shirt. I'm not married to them either. When I was coming on with them, I made sure it was clear that like I need to be able to keep up with everything that's going on. I was done for the day, and then I took this in an eval. So it's just an eval trade. I'm done in my funded accounts and my personal account. But yeah, so I don't trade with TopStep because fuck only trading one prop firm and fuck getting locked into that shit. So I was trading with TopStep and I had my little Express account and I thought everything was good. And I was a partner and they're like, you should come on to TopStep TV and you should do this and you should do that. And so first I was like an affiliate. And so I was getting my, I was getting commissions, but I was like, why is this so much less than what I'm getting for Apex? But I track my own links. They always have like the affiliate tracking, but I can track my own links. So I don't use like that long link they send you. I've got 𝗕𝗪𝗏𝗏.link/TopStep or /MFF or /Apex. And I can track how many hits go to that link. And when I was logging on to the TopStep affiliate or the partner stuff, they were not crediting me for about 2/3 of the traffic that I was sending them. So I'm like, if you're not crediting me for 2/3 of the traffic, then I think you're not crediting me for 2/3 of the commissions too. So that was one straw. So I kind of stopped like with the whole like flirting with them becoming one of their exclusive partners. And then I was on vacation in Florida without access to my shit because I have a MacBook. Like I can't log on with the laptop unless I log on to TopStep, through TradeAbate and go through each account and all that stuff. I wasn't trading those accounts while I was on vacation. I actually took a few vacations last summer and they just closed my accounts. No explanation. My Express accounts that I had paid for and was trading, they just closed them. So yeah, fuck TopStep. That's why we're here. I honestly believe that TopStep is shooting themselves in the foot with everything that they're doing anyway. I don't really give a shit. Like TopStep X is just like not a selling point, but because the whole thing too is like I'm self-funded first. Like I my very first account is me. I took money out of my bank account and transferred it to a futures broker, and that's what I traded. And I can't trade that shit with TopStep X. Like, why would I be there? If I'm always going to be TopStep's bitch, I'm not interested. Oh yeah, they got the crypto stuff happening too. Okay, I went on a TopStep rant. Let me figure out where we were. The core and the scale 50K are exactly the same. I think that the payouts are different though. Yeah, I totally was done for the day, but I also wanted to stream with y'all too. I don't get as much time to stream on my stream since I used to stream the open and now I'm doing that on my Fundage channel, but that's cool. Yeah, so the payout stuff is different on the two, and I like the payout structure on the core a little bit better. The question is what gets transferred from live? So when you're in an eval, that's the step one. When you're in an eval, that's all just paper play money. They're not giving you any real money to play with, so nothing transfers. That's just literally passing the eval to be able to get the opportunity to trade an account that can have payouts out of it. And that's not just a MyFunded thing, that's a prop firm thing. They got to make sure you're not a dipshit. There's a lot of dipshits in futures trading, a lot of dipshits. It's dipshit city. It's a whole sea of dipshits. So they gotta, yeah, they can't be, what happens is a lot of people are gambling. They gotta weed out the gamblers. A lot of people have no fucking clue. But they see these accounts like, oh, for $100, I can just go long and short at the same time and see what happens. And that's gambling. It's not trading. They are looking for traders. But when you get 2K transferred from starter, okay, it's not. So I don't like the way they explain this. I'm going to try to explain this a different way that you haven't heard before. So let's see if I can do this and still, no, it doesn't show the trade. Trade's not doing anything right now. when you're looking at these accounts, you've got your profit target, you've got your, it's a 50K, it's 100K, but what are you working with? You're working with your trailing max drawdown. So on a 50K account, that's $2,000. I don't give a shit if they call this a 50K account. I almost said this on their stream earlier. I had to pull myself back a little bit, but this is a prop firm thing. I'm not attacking my funded. This is just how, I mean, they have to be competitive and, you know, give you apples to compare so you can see why their apples are better. But it's not a 50K account. This is not a 100K account. This is not a 150K account. These are imaginary numbers. This is a $2,000 account. This is a $3,000 account. And this is a $4,500 account. So what happens is by the time you get into the live funded, they're not bullshitting you about how much your account is worth anymore. They're giving you your what drawdown you have to work with, because this is a live account in a real market. This is like, I have some videos about this too. And this was like when I was in a really bad mood about prop firms. But if you want to take $2,000, which is what you have to work with on a 50K account, right? If you want to take your $2,000 and go put it into 𝘂𝗵𝗡𝗣𝗅 yourself, 𝘂𝗵𝗡𝗅 will open an account yourself. You don't have to pay anybody monthly fees or anything like that. Well, you have to pay data, I guess, but you can just put your money into 𝘂𝗵𝗡𝗅, period, the end. And then you can trade it. And that's what they're doing when they put you, so the sim funded, they can still call whatever it is and tell you what your daily drawdown is. But by the time you're actually in a live account, they're not going to bullshit you what that account value is anymore, because they can't. Like it's actually real live money. And we lose sight of this, like in the prop firm space for some reason. But when we go to the live market, $2,000 is $2,000. And they're using 𝘂𝗵𝗡𝗅 and Ninja, so we get the killer rates. It's $1,000 is what you need to control a NASDAQ, and $500 is what you need to control an ES. The micros are a tenth of that. So that's still kind of crazy, the kind of power that we get with that account, but that really is what it is. If they're giving you a account at 𝘂𝗵𝗡𝗅 that has $2,000 of drawdown, it's $2,000. So that's why carryover is like a weird term to use, because everything was imaginary up to the point that you get into the live funded. You resemble that remark, Gator Dawn. Do you use MFFB and NinjaTrader? Yes. So almost all the time I'm accessing it with NinjaTrader. Every once in a while, especially when I'm traveling, or like I was on the golf course and saw that I needed to close out something, I'll get on the 𝘂𝗵𝗡𝗅 mobile app. I like it. I think that NinjaTrader is basically the same these days, but that's the one I have. So I just log into that one. That's one of the reasons I like 𝘂𝗵𝗡𝗅 accounts too, whether it's your own personal funded accounts or the prop firm accounts, is you have access all over the place. I know that the prop firms are spending massive amounts of money. I've heard some of the numbers there. The numbers are so big. You would not believe these numbers bigger than people have ever seen. Okay. Like they're paying massive amounts to 𝘂𝗵𝗡𝗅 for the honor of offering y'all these accounts. And some of these prop firms don't want to pay that big bill anymore. And that's why they've been getting rid of it. And my funded is appreciating the fact that real traders want to use real trading software, and that's not always going to be 𝘂𝗵𝗡𝗅, and it's not always going to be some proprietary platform and that sort of thing. They do have their own platform coming out, but it's not going to be where you have to trade my funded futures on it. I was already, that was like my first question, is like, how many accounts can I trade across all the different places? So I don't do anything with TradingView. I just chart on TradingView. I don't trade on TradingView at all. I've tried it and I hate it. I absolutely hate trading on TradingView. It's slow, it's laggy. I can't use any automations. I don't see anything good about it. Coming over from options trading, because I started in options trading, fills were always really important to me. It's not like getting in and out of the ES where it's just instant. Like if you're in an Apple 120 put or something like that, you've got to wait for a buyer to come up and get you on that. So I was used to things being less liquid, and I was used to getting fucked on. That was a weird noise. I was used to getting fucked on spreads. So And this was on Thinkorswim. And so I was doing some research and I found out, actually, if you watch all that GameStop stuff, like those shows, Gaming Wall Street and stuff, they explain this really well about how Robinhood is not a direct access broker. They go through Citadel. They go through a second party before they get, or third party before they get to the exchange. And so your order is technically slowed down. Thinkorswim's the same way. So that was my thing. I was like, well, I don't want Robinhood, same shit, different pile. I want a real professional brokerage. So I was looking for direct access brokers. That means there's no middleman. Your order goes straight through. There's no extra market maker skimming off the top and fucking your spreads. So I signed up for Interactive Brokers for options. There's some other direct access brokers, but that was the one that worked best for me with all their account types. And then NinjaTrader, it's also direct access, and TradeAvate. So NinjaTrader, TradeAvate, they're the same company. NinjaTrader owns TradeAvate, but not TradingView. So, okay, is NinjaTrader easier? No. Is NinjaTrader better? Yes. So when you first download NinjaTrader, there's a massive learning curve. And I actually organized this whole course on how to use NinjaTrader, and I produced 3 of the videos. They're like, time out. We got opinions about that. So I was kind of like, well, then you're not getting fucking videos right now because I'm kind of fucking busy. But they will come out. I have to redo some stuff with compliance. Because I have signed agreements as a Ninja vendor, and they've done a background check on me and all that stuff. I'm super official with them. I have to follow their official rules. So it's way more powerful, way more powerful. That's where I run some of my scripts too. So I'm a bot nerd. I'm becoming a really big bot nerd lately. I'll try to scale it back in the fall probably. But my bots are written mostly in either NinjaScript, where I run them inside a NinjaTrader, which is based on C#, or they're Python running outside of any of my brokerages, but connecting to the data and things that way. So again, if you're on TopStep X or something, you cannot connect back into your accounts. I still have my business number on one of my phones, and people hit that thing up all day long. This thing's acting like I'm being a dick for a tick here. This chart's really messy. Let's see, can I show this one? Yeah, I can show this one. I have to make sure I don't have account numbers showing. It's not just me. My Finder doesn't want me to either. But this is where I have all of my little test indicators on right now, so it's real messy. But this is that sandbox level that I'm watching at 3850. I'll explain sandbox levels soon, but we've got to get through my orb project. And I don't have it on TradingView yet. And when you first download NinjaTrader, I was really frustrated because you download it and then you get this kind of blank looking screen. I'll go over to all of these have my account numbers. I was going to show you what it looks like, but it's like your account screen, and it's just, here, this one I can share. It's it's like this, but just a blank screen, basically. It's just there's no charts, nothing that you're used to seeing, and it's a little awkward. And so you have to learn how to set it up. And it's basically you just go up in that hit new chart, new DOM, new account data, whatever windows you want to add. I was a little bit used to that coming from Trader Workstation, because with Interactive Brokers, it's kind of the same. You kind of build your own layout. I love building my own layout. I like having all my charts exactly how I like my charts. I'm very particular. Ninja is very I can't even say that right. 2005. That's my complaint with most trading software. Trader Workstation's that way too, Interactive Brokers, and they have their own platform that they're coming out with, that they're using the TradingView API. This is what I was on a rant about in the Discord yesterday too. TradingView is going to end up becoming they're not going to be a platform. They're going to be an API company the way they're currently set up, because they have great API and they treat their developers like absolute shit. Middle finger every time I try to publish an app, middle finger just constantly. And I don't like that. Like, I pay money for this. Why are you throwing me the middle finger? Come on. But I'm going to trail this up a little bit more. Yeah, very powerful. You're going to spend hours setting it up. The other options though, so the competitors for NinjaTrader are Sierra Charts and Addis and DAS. I have not tried DAS Trader. It is from, I think it might be from the 80s originally. But again, in Quant Tower is another one. They all have a learning curve to set up. So because I set up NinjaTrader first, I kind of, when I downloaded Sierra, I was like, screw this. Do you use the DOM to enter a trade? On options, I do all the time. On futures, I've moved away from it. I like chart trading. And again, it's because NinjaTrader. So if I just want to, I can just right click on a level and let me do it lower so you can see it. We got this whole screen that comes up, so I can do a buy stop, I can do sell stops, all sorts of things just right here. And then additionally, if this chart will move, keep moving. So this is what the other side of the chart trader looks like. This is the automated trade management, and this is going to look like a disaster because these aren't labeled very well. But I have all of these, is that showing up? Yeah. So I have all of these little brackets that I use, and I'll flip over to, I can just pick this real quick and then it'll automatically throw that bracket out. So, and I can attach this to an order that I right click and put on the screen. I can right click this and I can attach it to VWAP or something. So if VWAP is moving up and down and I want my stop loss to always be on VWAP and I want to go, do a little laundry or hit the bubbler on the porch, whatever it is, like you can just let this thing do its thing. I don't know if TopStep X has that. I don't really give a shit because again, like I can't connect to all these things. So that's what I'm looking for. MyFunded does have the platform that they're working on, but it's not technically a MyFunded project. It's technically its own project. So it's not going to be, it should be agnostic. Like you should be able to use multiple accounts with it. I haven't seen it yet, but that's what the talk is. Yeah, DAS is very 1980s looking. I didn't even try. Yes, that's right, Bubba. I am the Dom. This crew hasn't been around here too long, but so on my 𝘂𝗍𝗧 setup, and I don't usually trade on 𝘂𝗍𝗧, but my original 𝘂𝗍𝗧 setup was I had a NASDAQ chart on one side, a DOM in the middle, and then an ES chart on the other side. And I could switch the DOM from being on ES or NASDAQ. That was my transition. So I did start, there goes my trade. I did start trading when I was just paper trading, just fucking around with futures, trying to figure out how it moved. Because I was already day trading, but I was day trading options. So I had to go, pull up the option chain, pull up today or tomorrow or whatever I was looking at, and find the strike, enter the strike. And so I just loved how simple futures was, but I really didn't understand it. And so instead of like trying to study everything first, I was studying while I was doing it, like as we do in trading. So I would just throw these orders out in TradingView in their paper. And then when I funded an account at 𝘂𝗍𝗧 and connected it, I was massively disappointed in how the actual live trading didn't match up with how the paper trading worked at all. So I kind of immediately then went over to 𝘂𝗍𝗧 because it was really simple. I downloaded Ninja and was like, oh my God, this is too much. So I went to 𝘂𝗍𝗧, and then once I had a funded account for one thing, so a prop account, so I was managing multiple accounts with multiple trades. It was way easier to do that on NinjaTrader. So NinjaTrader, you can just have all your different connections and connect to all these different accounts. Let me see. Like there's some way to private this out, but I'm not going to do that. But well, fuckity duckity. How do I do this? That'll do. I'll put this guy over here and this should share. Fingers crossed, I nailed that. Okay, so these are the connections. So I have a My Funded Futures connection here. I have my Apex connection here. Paper has my paper accounts, and then I have my NinjaTrader connection too. And I also have Interactive Brokers, but I'm not connected to that one today. So you can have all these different connections. So that's what I'm talking about. All these accounts end up in the same place. And then I can use the same little drop down and really quickly switch around which accounts I'm trading. So that's why I like it. Like there's only so many pieces of software that can do that. I'm really hoping this new project, because of course I'm hyped. I'm talking to the guys at My Funded Futures are the ones that are creating this new platform. And so I get to ask them questions. And one of my first was, do I get to put my indicators on it? And it was yes. Yes, I get to do that. And so I asked what language, and it should be starting out similar to NinjaTrader. So hopefully I'll get my NinjaTrader apps over there. All right, y'all, this is a slow day. I think I'm going to probably end the stream at 10:30. So that's about, 10:30 my time, 11:30 Eastern. So that's in about 10 minutes. I am going to give away a 50K core account for My Funded Futures. This is their big launch day of the new accounts. We were talking about those earlier, but if you just joined, this is the new account lineup. I'm really focused on Scale and Pro. Like they still have the eval to live. Nothing's changed on that one, but the Scale accounts and the Pro accounts are where I'm going to be hanging out. I really like the Pro ones, but I really like if it's your first one, I can see why the Scale account would be better. Or if you haven't earned a funded account before. Yeah, I like the Scale accounts. It's just the main difference is going to be once you earn funding, the payout structure, and that's not on this screen, but there's a little bit different payout structure on the Pro. I know that's not your focus if you've never earned a funded account before. So, and a lot of times we lose our first funded accounts. I have mine technically, but I don't trade it. I just look at it because it only has $500 to draw down left. So I'll lose it real quick. But I did lose my second one or my third. I guess it's my third one. I have 1, 2, 4. So I lost my third one. But I mean, that happens. And you don't want to get so attached to that account, but you still want to know what being funded is about. And so I really like how on the core or the scale plan, not the core, the scale plan. You know what? I'm going to give y'all a scale plan. I'm already getting these mixed up. I'll give y'all a scale plan. I'll let you pick scale or core. If you go start a challenge on top, they show you the payout differences. Oh yeah. So that's the other screen. Do I still have that one here? This is the homepage screen, which is not my favorite. It's stripped down a little bit. So once you have an account and you log in, it looks something like this. Let's see if we can get this out of here. And on this one, this is where you have the general rules. This is like this is across the board, but then the evaluation rules and the funded rules are all, right here. Oops. So that's for the, this was for the scale plan, but you can click over to the Pro and compare them. I think I'm going to make a table, at least of my favorite accounts of these, where you can see the scale plan next to the Pro plan. Yeah. This is a screenshot, so I can't click it, but that's where you would do that. So when you log in, and I'm just not set, like the browser that I have shared that screen, I'm not logged in and I don't feel like doing all that right now, but on the other screen, I screenshotted it. So you just scroll down and hit start challenge, and that's where this is. And I think it starts on core, but seriously, these core plans are boring. Like if you really want to earn a funded account, maybe if you're just trying to fuck with it like it's a paper account, the core is a good deal. But I think the scale is worth it. And so if it's your first My Funded Futures account, code 𝗕𝗫𝗏 should get you 50% off. If it's your first account this month, it should at least on, well, the legacy ones for sure, but on some of these too. But you should at least get 15% off even as a returning customer. So. Oh, is it above? Did I screw it up? Boba says there's a better screen. Oh, yeah, I like that one. I'll show you this one on this screen. I need to get set up. I need to get a different browser set up. It doesn't have my password saved on this one, so I have to like go look up my password. So this is what Boba just shared, where it's TLDR'd for you. All right, y'all ready to do a giveaway? Last chance, because I'm about to run it. You do !MFFU. You can do it again if you're not sure too. I don't care. the bot's gonna pick. It says we have only 12 entries right now, so I'll give y'all like 30 more seconds. There you go. 30 more seconds. Mythos here. And we need to get Mytho on the show, like when I'm there too. Every once in a while I'm not. And he's a good guest. Type the exclamation, because I think you have to do the exclamation point. All right, we got 15 now. I gave you 30 seconds. I'm about to roll it. Like, so the thing will post in chat. That's awesome. So they changed. The person who was booking people has changed, but I know who to talk to now. So I'll have them pester you. All right, I'm gonna roll a winner. Y'all ready? Are we ready? Okay, let's do it. Choose a winner. Mustafa. If you're in my Discord, are you in my Discord? What's your Discord name? That's the easiest way for me to find you. Otherwise, send me an email. Oh, well, you can also email me, Barbie@𝗕𝗪𝗵𝗏, and I'm going to confirm it's you. So do that and let me know, because I had typed in I think I said core account earlier, but what I meant to say was scaling, a scale plan. But you can pick if you want to score a core or a scale. Get the scale. But I'll post a link to the Discord, because I don't think I did. Maybe the bot did. I don't know. I just show up here sometimes and don't pay attention to what's happening with the bots. Discord link. And I'll put my email. It's in the description probably, but I'll help you out here. Alrighty, congrats on that. Just Barbie@𝗕𝗪𝗵𝗏. One of the things we're doing, because I have help that's helping me sometimes, I'm setting up new email addresses. I might make some silly. We'll see. I'm brainstorming some embarrassing email addresses for people who help me. Why not? All right. If you did not win that one, I still love you. So you can go to my website, 𝗕𝗪𝗵𝗏, click on the giveaways thing, and I have a giveaway going there. And I'm going to be working on doing more giveaways on live streams too. So, you know, do the things like subscribe, notifications, all of that. Oh, and I'll give y'all a little sneak peek. I didn't get to be on the show very much earlier because there was so much announcing, but you know, there's been like this whole lookout for the eggplant. Still got banana. Nobody stole banana, but I also had to get some melons. These are so cool though. I'll show these on the other show sometime. Look what happens when you squeeze my melons. They're so weird. All right, so melon debut here too. Y'all got to see the melon debut. These are fun though. My little stress ball toys. I guess I'm making a collection. I thought they were going to be bigger. I'm not going to lie. I thought I was getting bigger melons by the look of the Amazon listing, but it's okay. I'll be happy with my melons. Oh, I'm not going to touch that one. All right, y'all. I am going to go for the day. My trading is wrapped up. Even got the little bonus trades. I lost count. I think that's 6 trades. It's a lot. It's more than I really need to be messing with. But what's going on with this crap price action? Yeah, the market is really balanced right now, which is not fun. It's not fun to have a balanced market, at least for volatility. I'll go over that real quick before I head out. So this is the daily. That's the mega. This one up here is the mega ultra nuclear supreme trend line that goes all the way back like decades. So we're heading up there. So that's part of a reason to slow down. We're also pretty balanced. Whether you look at the NASDAQ, I was looking at the hourly for a second there. I was like, actually, NASDAQ's kind of down. But everything's just kind of in this little happy spot where we're not pushing highs on the daily and we're not pushing lows on the daily. And we're just kind of waiting to see what happens. But this happens a lot. So then we get weird price action, especially during tech earnings on the S&P and on NASDAQ, because the market's always anticipating these big moves. So we have a big one tomorrow. We've got Tesla and Google after the bell tomorrow. The market will move. NASDAQ will move if either of those has big earnings. I've been in on those big earnings before. It's exciting. And yeah, the market will move. I want a bigger meltdown too. I'm like waiting. I want to buy. I mean, in hindsight, it would have been great to buy on this day, but I didn't. So if we get a nice retracement lower at all, and my little retracement spot keeps getting higher and higher because we are in an uptrend, I will take it. This is a very bullish market. We also have the Fed. So at some point, we're going to have the Fed drama. Powell will be leaving one way or another. I don't know if it's going to be nicely or not, but we'll have that coming. So we got to watch out for that. There's all these kind of things that the market's anticipating, and we're during earnings week. So it'll be kind of weird. It'll launch and then stall, and then launch and then stall. Like launch in either direction, to be honest. But that's what we're dealing with right now. And it is kind of tricky. That's why, I mean, I show up and I look at the charts and I see if anything makes sense. And sometimes it doesn't make sense when I first get to the charts, but then it ends up playing out. So that's why we have our plans that we either execute or don't execute if they don't play out. And it gets more simple like that. Okay, I got the email on that too. Okay. My funded's emailing like crazy too, but because I was on with them earlier, I actually already knew about the typo, so I don't have to post about that. Okay. Yeah, everyone wants a bigger meltdown. All right. On that note, I'm going to head out. I'm going to try. I have a lot of things booked in the afternoons this week, but I'm trying to do 3 streams this week, so we'll see if that works out. Alrighty, on that note, I will leave y'all with a new exciting song. How about that? I'm not going to tell you what it is. It'll be a surprise. Here we go.
Live it up, baby.